Friends, hello and welcome on techgrowspeaks.com. Today I would like to describe about Java static import. In the previous classes I talked about Java packages, and we have also seen how to deal with packages, be it system defined package or be it user defined packages. We have seen how to deal with the different classes and interfaces present in the packages and how to access them using their respective packages. Now we may want to access the static members of a utility class. Utility class means all the members of this particular class are all static, be it a field or be it a method. For example, system class or math class without mentioning its name. That means the objective is to access the static members. Basically all the members are static in the system class and the math class, and I would like to access them by mentioning its name only. So this concept is called the static import concept, and by using the import static statement in Java we can achieve this. The static import concept generally enhances the readability of the code and reduces the programmer's effort. As a Java programmer, suppose we are going to read this particular code statement like system.out.println within double quotation mark hello Java. Now by using the concept of static import, we can rewrite the statement like this. First we have to write here import static java.lang.system.out. So that is the static import concept being implemented. Then we can write here out.println. So here we don't have to mention system.out.println. Instead we can write here out.println within double quotation mark hello Java. So that is the idea that we have demonstrated. Now I will be giving you coding examples in support of the concept of static import. So let's move to the NetBeans IDE for coding demonstration that now I will be giving to you. So for example, we are having this kind of code. We are having three simple statements. All of these are basically representing SOP, that means system.out.println statements. The first SOP you are having hello Java. In the second one we are going to print the value of pi, and in the last one we are going to perform the square root value of 25.0. So that is the idea we are going to show you, and my objective here is to replace the class names, and without using the class name we can directly use the members of the utility class. That means the class which are having the static members. Say for example, system class out is basically a static member of the system class. Similarly for math class, pi, that means pi and sqrt, all these are static members. Pi is a static field and sqrt is a static method. Now we are going to access them directly without mentioning its class name. So that is the objective of using static import concept, and that can be achieved by using the import static statement in Java program. So import static java dot lang dot system dot out semicolon. So now instead of writing system.out.println, I can write here out.println. So that is applicable for all the occurrences of SOP. It could be replaced by out.println because we are using the static import concept here by means of import static statement. Now the same concept can be applied to the static members of the utility class named math. So here I will be writing here the same kind of concept. So now suppose we are going to access all the static members of the java.lang.math class. So that can be achieved by using the import static statement followed by java.lang.math.start, but here it is the asterisk. So the asterisk symbols here denotes all the static members, be it a field or be it a method in the math class. So now instead of writing the class name, we can access them directly because I have used here the concept of static import. Now it will give you the same output that we normally have by using system.out.println or say for example math.py or math.sqrt. So that is the concept of import static statement for supporting the concept of static import. So I hope that you have understood the logic of this program, and this particular approach certainly reduces the programmer's effort. So that is the advantage of this particular approach. So I hope that you have thoroughly watched this video, and if you like this video then please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Here comes the URL of my YouTube channel, and please visit my website techguruspeaks.com. You will get lot of useful information there, and this is my email ID admin@techguruspeaks.com. So here you will get the contact mail. So have a nice day. Thank you very much.